we're going to see a relatively simple looking shot that Sherbini plays, but doesn't win the point. But boy, it's so effective. There's such a little hold and a little bit of subtlety in here that it really gets her opponent scrambling a bit and putting her in all sorts of bother. So we'll take a look and break it down in a second or two. But before we do that, let's have a look at her opponent. So Willili's played that boast and it's pushing up to the tee. And then watch Willili's body weight. It's all going forwards. Look at that. She actually split steps with the forward momentum. Because what's happening is Sherbini's going in and showing her the short ball, isn't she? She's going in, racket up, relatively neutral. She hasn't pulled that across her body. She's not really wound that up. And that's just showing a lot of options. That's such a beautiful neutral swing. So at that moment, even from there, even with that racket dropping, there's minimal shape, what Sherbini's doing. Willili has to go forward. And then what Sherbini does so well is she's able to throw her wrist through it, really follows through quite severely across her body, and really uses the back leg to get momentum into it, sending that ball long. Look, Willili does well to go back and get it out, but then look at the next shot that gets produced. So a nice, easy one for Sherbini to pick off. So in this front backhand, it's actually really difficult to do what she's done there. But that's why I said at the start, it looks relatively simple, but there's a lot of great stuff going on. I think the key is always that ability, if you can, show the front of the court, have that neutralness in the swing. But look at how she's lunged in there. She's given herself a great option. There's that 45-degree angle lunge. I really try work a lot with my players getting that 45-degree angle. You don't want to be side on too early, because if you're side on too early, you really limit your options. Really strong, powerful lunge from Sherbini. And as I said, she drops that racket. Even there, it looks like it's going forward. And then as she hits, there's this late acceleration. She really pulls the racket across her body. Notice that follow through goes right across the body. That's where you can get racket head speed. It might not be through the line of the ball, but she's just throwing her racket in her hand across, as well as dragging that back foot. The momentum of her back foot is actually really key to this, and all of her body weight's going forward. She also has that lean in with the head and the shoulders and the chest, so by the time she hits, her back is horizontal. So all of these contributing factors really give that ball that little bit of pop and that little bit of acceleration through to the back. And as I said, she puts it in a really difficult position, presenting an easy shot for her to get out. So one time for good measure.